I'm back, you all. Can you all see through my rearview mirror? Wait, where are you? There is, oh, fudge. There's a truck that literally parked right behind this car that I just pulled out of the parking spot, and this car was coming in and the truck was on the other side, and the car parked where I was parked, and the truck got mad and kept honking and honking, and I was like, is he honking at me? What is he doing, right? Then he parks right behind that car, and apparently he wanted to park there. That's happened to me before, by the way, where, ooh, I like that. Look at this. She's got like a bike of some sort. Like, is that those electric bikes? I like that. Apparently he got upset because he wanted that spot, and that's happened to me before, where I want a spot and then somebody else comes in and takes it. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, like, it is what it is. If you don't get close enough to it, then you can't get it, and it's kind of hard to get it. Ooh, the line's all the way over there. Let me hold on. I'm gonna have to go around to the other side. Hang on, you all. Hang on. Classes de pintura. Oh, art classes. Okay. Yeah, but like I was saying, it happens, you know, and it sucks, but it happens. It's happened to me many a times, not just once. Okay. Okay, good. I can get in here, because right behind the Buick and Vista. Those are like a little smaller, by the way. We looked at them. We thought they were smaller than this. So we're like, nah, let's just get the Encore, the GX Sport. I don't know why it had to be a GX Sport, but okay, whatever. I'm happy. We're all happy. Except with the payment. It's a little high, even though it got a low interest rate. You know, the guy at the bank, I went in there and I opened an account, by the way. A separate one from the joint account. And anyhow, the guy that was there, that was helping me, he had helped us last time to open the joint account. I was asking him about that, like, why are we forced to do a joint account if for certain reasons we want a separate account, you know, like there's reasons. And he's like, no, I hear you, ma'am. He's like, I understand. Trust me, he says, I completely understand. But that's the rules of this bank. You know, they tell us all that if the check's under both names, you have to do a joint. I said, oh, all right, well, you know, fortunately I have this where I could open, you know, my own account. And he's like, absolutely, you know, and so he helped me out. Very nice gentleman. And guess what we're getting, you all? We're getting tamales. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I would prefer barbacoa, but the barbacoa is probably all out by now, and I don't like the one at HEB. It's not very tasty. It's very bland. But anyhow, so we were talking about that, you know, and we started talking about doctors, a whole bunch of stuff, you know, while he was helping me with my account, and I was in no hurry. He was in no hurry. So it was all good. But well, I was talking about church earlier, right? Well, it's all good now. It's all, I feel like, okay, today was a really good service. I don't feel any condemnation, which means that it's okay for me to feel the way I felt. You know, it's okay to call somebody out in correction in a godly way. And that's exactly what I was doing. You know, I didn't say anything that wasn't godly, that, you know, to slam or slander anyone. And yeah, but I noticed that, how can I say this? If you don't Why is it necessary for us to address something all the time? Why is that necessary? Why? And then why is it necessary for you to respond? If you're preaching about love, and that's to myself also, if you're preaching about love and forgiveness and grace, then show some, right? And like I was saying earlier, I do feel that I was getting into that place of bitterness because I wasn't in agreement with what was going on. And I'm still not, I'm still not in full agreement, They did talk about the 2 children whose lives were taken by a weapon. They still haven't said anything about Charlie Kirk, which is so odd to me. It's crazy to me. How can you not mention that? It's wild. It's wild. But I'm like, you know what? It's up to God to condemn their heart. It's not up to me. And all I can say is that I'm not in agreement with it. I think, it should have been mentioned. And why are we stepping over him? Like, why are we going over him instead of, actually, saying that was bad as well over an opinion, And that's what it all comes down to in correction. It's opinions. It is an opinion. And let me turn this down. I don't want to get a strike or anything. Just because you're saying your opinion, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to come in and correct that person. You don't have to go in there and insert, oh, well, let me tell you what this scripture says, and let me tell you what God says. God is dealing with all of us in his own way. He's dealing with me. I'm going to put myself only as an example because he's been dealing with me individually. It doesn't mean that I'm not being corrected by God. And that's the only correction that I'll take. And godly correction from somebody that is a Christian, that's born again, that's accepted Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Those are the only people I will take correction from. That's it. And my husband. I will definitely be open to my children correcting me because I've learned a lot from my children. There are things that my children will say it to me and I'm like, wow. It's almost like a slap in the face, but they're right. I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be thinking like this. I shouldn't be acting like this, But other than that, that's it. With that said, yeah, God is dealing with me. And I think that is why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling also. It's not so much as bitterness. It's a little bit of bitterness. I'm admitting that. It's a little bit of bitterness. But it's more of a hunger. I'm still hungry. There's something I'm not getting full. And God has been dealing with me, and that is my fault, and I will take ownership for it. I started reading my Bible, and then I stopped. And I'm like, okay, I need to start doing that again. And I keep telling myself this every day. Around 4 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I need to read the Bible. It's 4 o'clock, let me read the Bible, and then I'll clean up, and then, get into my routine, which is my bike and all that. But I haven't been doing that. And then I'll be like, okay, you know what? I didn't have time. I got to go pick up my son already. Got to shower and everything. I'll read it before I go to bed. And what happens? I fall asleep. Or I'll get distracted by YouTube or something on television. I don't even watch the news, you all. I do not watch the news. Not even on YouTube. I don't watch the news. What I mainly watch on YouTube are things to get my mind off what's going on in the world. It's not necessary. I don't like drama channels. I've stated this so many times. once I start seeing drama going on, somebody's talking about another creator, and then that creator rebuttals, I'm not going to pay attention to it. I'm not. Now, I wasn't always like that. I did before. I was before, because let's face it, drama draws you in, right? Just like sin. It draws you in. It has a way to get your attention, and you tend to find it a little bit entertaining because you're so bored with your life. Hey, I'm willing to admit it, you know? But now, like I said, I've been changing, and God's been working on me and with me, and I'm like, once I start hearing about that, I'm out. I'm out. Thanks. I'll see you later. You know, and that's even with new YouTubers that I've been following. Sometimes these YouTubers will speak facts, you know, and then the other times they're like, just like this person, yada, yada, yada. And then they start complaining. They start going down that road. And not only do they start complaining, but also they want cash. Because they start complaining about, hey, when I was on this other person's panel, their viewers started doing super chats. And now on my channel, I feel like I have to remind you all to super chat, because y'all are not super chatting, or Venmo, or Cash App. And if you want to keep this live stream going, you're going to have to give. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm happy anybody watching my videos. Sometimes I'll look at the views and I was like, oh wow, that many people watched. Wow, that's great. I'm happy with just that. Even if it's just like 4 views or 5 views. Oh, I'm good. You know, but these people want money. These people want views and money. And they want you to become sponsors of their show. And I'm like, what? Look, I get it. You know, you need the money. You got to pay your bills. You're taking your time to do these videos, to do a live, to talk about worldviews, commentary, politics. And it's our choice whether we want to watch them or not. But to be asking people for money, I'm not in agreement with that. You know, if people want to contribute, great. You know, and that's up to them. I'm not condemning those people that want to contribute. That's their money. They can do what they want with it. I'm hoping that they're giving to the church as well, in tithes and offerings, you know, not just YouTube channels. But anyhow, it's their money, and it's up to between them and God, right? But to blatantly just come out and ask, like, I need you all to donate or I'm going to end this live. What? And by the way, I do listen to some commentary. Some of you don't like it at all, and that is your choice. We all don't have to agree on what we want to watch. And we all know ourselves. We all know how we take things. We all know we can handle certain things. Not everybody can handle commentary or drama or politics. And I think that's okay. It's whatever you want. Everybody could watch what they want. And nobody should tell you that it's wrong to watch it. You know, you're an adult. You know if it's wrong for you or not. There are people that I follow, like I said, and once you start going down a different road, I'm like, I just simply click off. That's all you got to do. And that's what I do. So I'm not going to stand up anywhere and be like, oh, it's wrong if you watch channels like this or agree with this, and that's why I don't do it. No, it's like, but that's what I mean, you all. Like, in correction, what's good for you is not good for it's not necessarily good for somebody else. Like, I can't sit here and correct you all for something that you all are, how can I say it? That you all know how it'll affect you. It's free will, right? However, if something's affecting you a certain way and I can see it, then I will come in and correct you in a godly way, you know? But everything should be done in the name of the Lord. Not in our name. Not in Moon Diary's name. Not in Pastor such and such name. It should be in the name of the Lord. That's what I'm trying to say. Do I still want to go to a different church? I do. However, it's been hard because I've been coming to this church for 23 years. And it's my home church. So that's why I'm having a hard time leaving it. And it's not so much that I'm just used to it or used to that environment. Because it's like a relationship. You know, some people will tell you, oh, well, you're having a hard time leaving your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or your girlfriend because you're used to them. It's not necessarily because you love them. Look, I love God. And yes, I am used to God, having God in my life. I just don't want to I don't want to go to a different church and then not get what I receive here, you know? And even though, like I said, sometimes I don't agree with it, and I know I sound all over the place, and you're all probably like, is she confused? Yeah, I am. And we know where confusion comes from. So pray for me. You know, that's all you gotta do is pray for me. Pray for wisdom, clear mind, you know, peace in my soul and my mind and my body. That's all we gotta do. So you all, I'm like the third car, and then I'll be next. And there's like a whole line of people behind me. Yep. There's like 6 cars behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and end here since I already started earlier, and then I ended it because I remembered I needed to go to the store, which I did. I got a couple of things. The less I have spent, the very least I have spent at the store was today. Let it be marked out. What, I don't even know today's date. What is it, the 21st, the 20th? I don't know. Let it be known in the universe and in the world. Moon only spent $40 at the grocery store today. Hallelujah. That's a gift. Hallelujah. Usually it's like 80 and above. Okay? It hasn't even been 80 in years. Let's face it. But $40, you all, I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. And I got stuff to make meals with for the week. So I have other stuff at home, and I'm like, you know what? I'll take this. I can make with this. I'll take that. A lot of it is pasta, though. It's cheaper. You know, I know a lot of people like pasta. Ugh, it's not healthy. All those carbs, but it's cheaper, and I get what I can get for like to make like 3 ingredient meals or 2 ingredient meals, and it works out. Okay, so that's what I get. You know, I was gonna say sue me. No, don't sue me. I know that's a saying. Sue me. No, don't sue me. I don't got it. I don't got it. I don't got anything for you, so don't sue me. Anyway, you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I think it finally stopped drizzling and the sun is out. Ay, ay, ay. By the way, you all. By the way, before I end, a little bit of an update on my special neighbor. You know, I don't know how to feel about this either, and I need your help here. My special neighbor, she called me. Remember that I said that in the video? She called me because she got into an altercation with another neighbor, and I'm like, and you're telling me this, why? But I'm like, okay, fine, I'll listen to you. And then I cut her off because I did have to go. And I wasn't rude about it. I said, you know what, I hate to cut you off, but I need to go. I need to go pick up my son. And I just got out of the shower. I got to get some clothes on, you know. And she's like, oh, okay. I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, okay. Well, I was waiting for my DoorDash yesterday, which was a waste of money, by the way. Hang on, you all. Okay. I got it done. I was kind of undecided, but I did it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the neighbor. Oh Oh, first let me tell you all that I ordered DoorDash and I ordered the tacos Matamoros and I was starving. I really was. I mean, I hadn't eaten since breakfast. And my son always orders from this restaurant. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it out. So I ordered the tacos Matamoros. And what those are is like little taquitos with bistec, with avocado, cilantro, and white cheese, right? Well, upon getting my order, it was a little bag, and the taquitos were about this big. I'm like, this is ridiculous. They weren't even regular sized tacos, and they weren't even doubled corn tortillas. They were this big, and it was only like about 5 or 6 of them. I counted 5. I don't know, maybe there were 6. All I know is I ate them in 5 minutes. That's how hungry I was. And then I still needed to heat up some soup because I was still hungry. So that's why I say it was a waste. It was $14. $14 will get me tamales right here, you know? But I'm like, that's cool. I just won't order from there anymore. And you know what? I got a coupon for tamales also. But I gotta look for it. Here it is. I wonder if it's still even good. Let me see. It is good until the 30th. Yes, it's good. Okay. You all, please hold. Alright, you all. Let me check to see if... Okay, they're not giving those offers anymore. Nope. They're not giving those offers anymore. That was the last one. No more coupons for you. Hey, it only helped me out with a drink anyway. It was still like $14. I'm telling you, $14 got me a dozen of chicken and cheese. Whereas yesterday, $14 got me 6 little taquitos that didn't even fill me up. Did they give me a straw? Maybe it's in the bag. I wanted to drink some, like, yeah, it's in the bag. And I liked your lipstick. It was like a pink, a hot pink, a fuchsia. And I was looking for lipstick like that not too long ago. But I can never get the right shade. Well, then again, I don't even look for it in stores. I like look it online, you know, and then I order it, and then it's like, this isn't what I wanted. But anyway, so this is where my dilemma is at. I opened the door because I thought I heard DoorDash get there already. They weren't there. My neighbor was passing by with her dog, right? And what did I say? I'm not going to pick up her dog anymore because of her comment to me. And I didn't. So anyway, I closed the door because I was like, oh crap, you know? And then she's like, she rings the doorbell, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And she's like, my dog wanted to say hi to you. Chapo wanted to say hi. He wanted to come in, but you closed the door in his face. And I was like, oh, so now I'm closing the door on your dog's face. Not only do I pick him up the wrong way, but now I'm closing the door in his face. Okay. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And she just lets her dog loose and lets him in, right? Now listen, I don't have a problem with her pup. I don't. I love her dog. He's so sweet. He gives me kisses. He always wants me to pick him up. I have a problem with her. And you all already know why. Because of how she talked to me and all. You know? And then she accused me of shutting the door in her pup's face. I'm like, whatever, lady. Anyhow. So she just lets him loose in my apartment, and I'm like, excuse me? And then I started telling her, yeah, I spent all day cleaning. I even cleaned the fans. Like, can you please get your dog, you know, before he pees in here like last time? And I just did the floors. And then I started telling her, excuse me, I started telling her how it took me 2 hours to do the floors. She didn't care. If anything, she kept going on and on and on again about how she needs a professional to clean her apartment because she can't because of her neck. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. I said I have a bad shoulder problem on my right side because of scoliosis. And I've spoken about my scoliosis a lot. I have thoracic scoliosis. it is painful, especially at my age, you know, and especially when I do housework. But hey, somebody's got to do it, so I'm not going door to door saying that I need a professional, you know. But anyway, so she's telling me that, and I said, well, if you know somebody, let me know. Throwing it right back at you know. And then she starts going on about something else, and then she's like, oh, he's looking for your cat. And I'm like, she's around here somewhere. She was in her box. I said, but she must have gotten startled and went to the room. And I'm like, how is that funny? You know, like, you all, I'm being patient with this girl. I'm like trying not to let her get to me. I'm being nice. I'm being godly and Christian, Pastor. But I don't want her in my apartment. I don't want her dog in my apartment. I can be cordial with her, but we're not friends. We're not gonna be friends. I don't like the way you are with me. I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like the things you accuse me of. You know? That to me is not a friend. Telling me how you want professional help with cleaning is not my friend. I don't want to hear about it. Why do I need to know this every time you see me? I don't know of anybody. I already made that clear. You know? So I really just don't know a nice way to not allow her in anymore. Like yesterday, I'm pretty sure y'all are like, well, just don't open the door, Moon. That's rude. I don't want to be rude. I just want to nicely give her the hint, like, stay away from me, please. Don't. Yeah, this. That was my grocery look. Yeah, that's all I want to do in a nice way. You know, and I don't know how you can be nice about telling somebody to stay away from you. Like, don't talk to me. I don't know. I don't know. You all, like, I really don't know. Usually when I don't feel it, I'm not vibing with a person, I'll stay away. You won't hear from me. You know, I'll just stay away. But this time I'm not vibing with somebody, a person, you know, like right here, like the neighbor, and I don't know how to stay away. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to be like, let me just stay away from her without her coming to me, you know? Did my son order DoorDash or what? I'm looking for my keys. There's somebody there that just got off, and they're driving off now. So anyway, you all, thank you for listening to me yap, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I think somebody's playing today. I don't know. I'm not into football, but good luck to either team that's playing. To you, if you have a pot, you know, good luck. Love you all. Bye.